The untimely death of Mr. Kakyebonaho, Germano, and his wife Regina Kanyere, a woman that was referred to many as a mother, inspired the founding of a charity organization named Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation.
We formed this NGO after the death of our mother, Regina Kanyere. We chose that name because these are our parents. We treasure them, and we wanted the names not to die with the souls of the people, of our parents, in other words. So we wanted that name, or those names, to be remembered forever and ever. And so that's why we chose those names, because they made a lot of contribution to us as children and also to the community where they lived in.
Our parents were hardworking people, and they never wanted people to suffer. So for us, whatever we are doing, we want to emulate them so that their name can keep reflecting.
When they passed on, their children, headed by one smart Portas Magara, joined hands with the rest of their family, friends and other villagers in a strategic process that aimed at improving the livelihoods of Chabinunga villages of Kagarama Parish in the western parts of Uganda in Eastern Jura district.
We had to carry on the legacy. That's when we came up and said, okay, what can we do to sustain the legacy that our parents really had built? And that's how
the Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation came into existence.
It is this strategic process that led to the birth of Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation, a charitable organization that sets out to improve the health, education and social service delivery, starting from the very own Chabinunga village where it was born, but with the aim of spreading wider to reach other people in need. The chairperson of the Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation, Smart, and his siblings attended their primary school in Kagarama Primary.
Kagarama Mixed Primary School is where most of us went to school. It's the foundation of our education.
Because the current leadership of the organization mirrors self in the youngsters that hail from Kagarama, they found it necessary to extend a helping hand towards the educational aspirations of the children of Chabinunga village through an education scholarship scheme in remembrance of the late Regina Kanyere and Germano Kakyebonaho.
2013, that's when Kakyebonaho and Kanyere came in. That foundation came and encouraged us, promised that whoever gets first grade in the school will be sponsored.
And I was among the lucky students who passed with the first grade.
Buri mwana ishomero lyabiratire mu choice ahi bamwesere akabasa kumuhereza package yona arakushashura school fees.
We came up and said, whichever child comes in first grade, we are going to sponsor the first term of the secondary school. The child will not pay anything. We'll pay the school fees, we'll do all the shopping for the child. The promise was that if the child progresses well in that school she has joined or he has joined, assuming the child goes to senior 1, he performs better, is among the top 5 in a class, would also keep on supporting that child until he finishes maybe senior 6.
Children got encouraged, they worked tooth and nail.
And over those 5 years, we have seen tremendous improvement in terms of academics. Actually, last year, 2016, we are able to get a first grade, very good first grade, a 7. It has never happened. We got a girl who scored 7, And right now, even the school she joined, she's doing very well. And to us as a foundation, we are very, very happy, and we feel very proud that we've been able to contribute to the educational standards of our village.
Had it not been for this helping hand, Ashraf's dream of becoming an engineer would have remained a myth.
When I grow up, I want to be an engineer so that I can change people's lives in our education. I want to make sure that all people, every person has got electricity in his house.
Ntambi, Surrender and Evelyn, whose parents could not afford school fees, would never have made it to secondary school, while the rest of the children from this village would never have made it either to or through school.
My parents could not afford money for secondary school.
Many of the schools at Kagarama used to teach children who are seated on the ground, while others having poor wooden materials for chairs.
The classrooms were very poor. They had no windows, they had no doors, the walls were not plastered. Children used to smear with just cow dung every Friday. The situation was very bad.
We teamed up with other OBs and OGs from Kagarama Mixed Primary School, and we started renovating that school. Right now, when you pass there, it is a state of the art.
In a bid to improve education standards, the foundation imported state-of-the-art chairs all the way from China for the primary school that so many of them launched their education. In January 2018, Kagarama Primary School received the chairs that will seat over 200 pupils.
Being the chairman, akatuletea space yagira atawe kistabulisho mireri entewe ezomutano n'omuntu araruge Nairobi akaruge Kampala agira ngo izo nizibasa kuba ziri omishomeri ya Kagarama. So akaronda yekintu nikeki y'okumanya chairman PTO barakigambire konkentere bizezi so far muzishitinga abana 23 P7 P6 P5 ezo mukurebaho zona ezimwe ziri obubina konka okunweri duita ahashibina ekyo niyo contribution okuruga mu kibiina kya Kanyere Germano Foundation.
Kwehurira kukora ki konkentere zina Kampala amashomero amizigazini bamazire kuzitekamu, it will be a model school. Kandi izi ntebe umwana muzeko mu class zotandikira P7, P6, izindi za class za hansi mwirwane sinachikorire no kwireba ngo twa inspiring abana kugira ngo nanyoka ko mu class eri nanyushita mu ntebe eri yari mu P1 abana nayigo zo P5 yashiro mu P5 takosa kura kwa PC.
My name is Kangwam Christine. I'm in primary 7 class. I'm very grateful that we got these good chairs. We used to sit on the floor, but right now we sit on these comfortable chairs. I thank the foundation. I promise that we are going to make best grades because we concentrate on our studies these days. And my last promise, I promise that we are going to be one of the best schools in Isingiro district.
You have flowers. Another one? Yes? Also you can clap hands for her.
My name is Atweli De Prosper. I'm in primary 7 class. I feel comfortable in these good chairs. I promise I will bring first grade after sitting my PLE examinations. Before we were sitting on the floor, but now we are sitting in these beautiful chairs, which were imported from outside this country, and they are not even in this in Uganda, apart from my school.
The campaign only started with this school, but will also be extended to other schools.
Going out to develop other places before you develop your own place, it doesn't really augur well to some of us. So that's how we started with Kagarama Mixed Primary School. It's the place where we all schooled from. It's where our foundation started from. So that's how we chose Kagarama in specific. And also, our parents our parents are the foundation of that school.
The Kagarama youngsters have not only been sponsored through school fees, but have also been aided to access scholastic materials to be able to perform better.
Niwe byo bagisenga ntakira kugenda yo kandi mucyashi ibyo ntekora protaskize ti avertage retusha itrack kwasa kuko cyane tirecho nkareba ekintu star politics au kitu cyaza politics ninja mwanka protasti naenda mu bwanyu tukubwe Mwisho ni yenda tikwenda mugai tikwenda konka umuntu kwenda development icyo dukweta ebintu leta nushi za photocopying ubwite nibiyetaga mwitaga propose enteba zese kokara za kureba nyolinga mbera zona stanje kuba zinobro Hatumufa nubata gusimura Sika mazena mwaka Kukawa zimzireba nazireba na nireba Umufa tuwile mezi Tukwasa kuzoza Na bayaneze chidomara cha sabu Mutari mzoza Ito niyo problem yanyu ya Uganda You can't clean everything bayaneze ni mturunji Mwanga kurebera that's the problem kandi mabantu mutakaja ngo abantu bahereza kujya guhinese ati sende mutamu tiye kusteka milioni 8 tinkagize niziria tikwenda kulia ukuno kweteza kwekwata kwenda ngo yoti abanye kandi mava akwataho mushime kugezeho nimu mukafata habari mutezeho iki muntu kuriya nguye bizone norenga kuhereza yabugira kuhereza bakuhereze urikana ka orisemu ni uyamba abandi mushitwenda kujya kugarama nawe yesya tushitrange ishumero bateka amategura ahubwo ni imbagamba n'ubwiza butujya kwisha kandi ashigamba ari mukereziya mutayi muneza kushika Tumere sida itwazite katikamba deba bibi deba etebe singa kubi ukoze mnongo mashomero omuyuga redinga zebi kandi mashomero gamani kukadinga zebi kandi njala sirba ukazireba Soda tuzime hanu kukamuzifate mushishe zona na iremu yataritse kunaka shatuka entele ya shatuka mutware bakora immediate amuguno kwese sentence kugano yakureba etakweti kweso icyo machendetse kiri problem repair shimekorwa immediately nuko kujya kwese sentence Kongana baganga ambaye mwema kusha barati na yeye. Ndazimu. Ni manyongo bando kubaya baniza kunyana gati. Bayo muza kando ko yaji yaba. Hatu nanye ndazimu. kaya mwemare obukagambo
kama nabakunda nashemerwa okureba abantu ba Kagarama n'umukunda ibintu byentunguka munonga nza kubasiima nashemerwa omutima kuba obi barikworeka ubuzima n'abari ahansi abarikureba bongereraho mashine egyo is a multi-purpose machine. It can work as a printer at the same time photocopy.
Gave me some scholastic materials like textbooks, pencils, pens, and other things that can help me in my education. After my studies, I dream of being a doctor and after a lawyer. I again think that in future, like in 20 years to come, I'm going to build a very big hospital, so solve the problems of health. I see people suffering from diseases, dying. So in the future, I want to build a very big hospital here in Kagarama, in our place.
Because Kagarama is a hilly area, residents were faced with the challenge of accessing clean water for home consumption.
Amazing gakateganisa munongo muzankago muzansanzu amizi tukatugata mu kilometers 5 no kuchiraho abantu babona abana baremwa no kukura usanga kana kingana katika katahamizi kataka kuzire usanga kana kabona tugende mukaseso turgaye muchiro.
I remember very well. I grew up from there. We would walk 7 kilometers to go and fetch water. During rainy season, we would dig these I don't know how even they call them, with a dam or what, and you collect water, running water from the roads, and you would fetch that water, use it to cook food, use it to eat, to drink. Very, very muddy.
We use it to wake up during night time at around 2 a.m. Then we could go fetch water and come back in the morning at around 7 a.m. So you see, it was a very long journey. And even where the water source where we used to get water, we were sharing that water with even the animals. People are fetching water from here, the animals are drinking water from there. So even the sanitation was not good as far as the health is concerned.
Many, especially women and children, used to trek long distances to access clean water.
Obwire bwe cyanda omukazi obiro bike byakumara wiki yona ahubwo kube amizi gabire gabagagumangine okireta kidomara kimwe family osanga mbwenu cyabe cyamani amizi ganabwa mwabana bashatu abana bana.
Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation looked into this challenge, and as we speak today, this is no more.
We decided now to venture and see if we can get water, gravity water in Kagarama specifically. And we invested into the project. Good enough, we were able to find water. So a person who was walking 7 kilometers to fetch water is now walking less than a kilometer.
Twino kwesima nitu hati ntuzwara myenda ya white abo kuba twina mizigo kujogesa mwe nitwe ntura twino kwesima nangwa kuba nojangu nabandi abataka bazire yo mwana wo buryonka protasi tukabentu cyenyumirizamo.
This water we donated it to the community. They formed their own committee and they are managing it by themselves. They charge, I think, 100 shillings per jerrycan. And that money is what they use for maintenance of the pump and also for paying electricity bills to make sure that this project is sustainable.
Thank you very much.
So it's a community-based project. It's not even a family project. It's a community-based project.
As a chairperson, I managed to spend 2 days on the water site, seeing how much at least is being consumed daily. And on an average, people they consume about from 500 to 700 jerrycans daily during the dry season. So you can see that this project, the foundation has helped a lot, especially on water. And when we talk of water, I think people, if you talk to maybe to destroy that water source, people will have to kill you because they can't even expect that. So we are very grateful with the foundation. We are very grateful, so much grateful.
zaza kwikasahe mwene baba gakinje mwene mwana taka kubihata mizi atuma bancereza gata awo kubazaza kubasahe nabana akinga mwene tura tuyino kwesima
hata abantu nibataha mizi kurungi abakagarama bataha abachweka no bataha abambare nibataha bona abantu bona bino kwese okusemerwa mununga.
As it is of the remote areas in the country, accessing health facilities is a big challenge. Given the liberty and peace brought by the NRM government, individuals and private organizations like Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation are able to support government projects to uplift health standards of the natives.
Pregnant women used to visit what we call, it is called Mabona Health Center 3, but by then it was a Health Center 2, and it was the only nearby health center which was in the area.
It was also very difficult, especially for the pregnant mothers and the elderly, to commute in taxis all that distance.
They used to carry those pregnant women on to carry them on what we call a begagara. It is called a begagara. They just make the ropes, then they put the a cloth on the ropes, and then the other people carry that pregnant woman over their head. So that place is here. When you are going there, you have to go down. Then when you are coming up, you have to climb the hill. So it was very tiresome, very tiresome. Even many pregnant women used to die on the way.
Our mother used to, she used to care so much for the pregnant women. She would get clean water, put it in a pot, or at times she would prepare bushera, put it in a jerrycan, and put it in the compound, in the veranda. Even though she would not be around, after climbing the hill, these women would pass by, sit, take water, and after taking water, they relax and they continue to their homes. So we looked at that aspect and said, what contribution can we make in terms of health? And that's how we bought that ambulance, very fully equipped, and we donated it to the village as Greater Kagarama, not specifically for Chabinunga or for Kagarama, but it's for the greater community of Kagarama. And people are very appreciative. I believe it has contributed so much to lifting people's health.
Ambulance eji ni ya community. Tiyanje nkomuntu. Tugireyo omuyizina ryeka ya Germany. Okuyamba Kagarama nka Greater Kagarama.
Ahabwa ekintu cyo bakozere nangwa tuco cyonga bakozere bingi amizi mwagareba necu mwakireba kandi umwamporotasi yajatariyo nebinde birukwiza. Tumutereraho mu ngaro. Uwebare porotasi kuzwekera jeka yanyu okwe Kampala kandi nsima n'abandi abana bito ba Kampala abeka iyo mugenzi umuntu rutahwire baryaha mubatereraho mu ngaro.
Abakagarama Greater n'umurra kurungi n'umurre mirembe mukama simwe aterizoba nashemerwa munonga kwijaha nketwa abembezi banyabaha bakakiko kirwaro bangambira omwami ogu na family ye kuba kwenda hereza ambulance nagamba n'abaha district nariba district etakukimanya kurungi konka still n'abahameza unitekwa kwijaha ahabwokuba enkwara yite yarwanyisereza twine enteekateeka ngu enyongeserezo tegira ki so abaganda bine mfumu mu balembera nembero kogize ki abanyankore tugira ngo batweze njona nagawogizire ki so mbweni nyenda kutwara umugishogo kusima umamprotas smart na family yawe ahabo kugarura community government nekore bintu kunka itwe aba community nitwe turukora platform yo gukorerwa no kuboneza mwijuka obutubahereza ishomereri ya government mukamwina kumutandikireho karyaho nukaburabura mwe natambire eseji nyina maze ngigambeho na namezi ntakagambira habindi kunka twahiri twagira mu government batujya ngo hapana mutereze ukakafu ngwita karuho so kijana rero mucyara rutahwere nareba jore nabebembeza baha narwe kuranda bareba bishop Nyamutanga batwireza itaka twayimbe kishomero bwenu kutu kumungamire nyumwazi yo naterera kawo ambulance eji abo kuba omateka ga government ko kuje tas waji bahereza nezo neba property ya government.
At her burial, I mentioned that if all would allow, if the conditions would allow, would build a maternity ward in memory of her activities. The maternity ward would be at our dispensary, which is Kakyebonaho.
Then as it was going to start, the Millennium Village program donated a maternity ward to our health center too. So that promise, the person who promised by the name of Kupenda Averno is changing the idea now from the maternity ward, because it is already constructed, to the health staff quarters. They are there, but they are not good. So he promised to renovate them so that they come or they match with the grade of the health center, because now this recent constructed maternity ward is on, I think it is on an international standard. So he's now changing the idea to renovating the staff quarters of the health center so that they match with the standard of the health unit.
The ambulance services and health facilities were in an appalling situation, but now Kagarama has a different story to tell today with the interventions by Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation.
We do appreciate this foundation, the Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation, because they contributed, or they have donated us an ambulance, a new ambulance to our health center too, called the Kakyebonaho Health Center too.
Ambulance etuyambere munonga ahabwo kuba twine ekizibu kihango noreba nturgo munsi zo munshozi transport means ziri hard, ziri difficult, kandi na amarwariro agandi gatorahari mbwe ntube ntufune ekyo kizibu cyo kugira ngo twafuna emergency twine tukubaza kugira referring immediately konka ahabwe enshonga egyo kufuna obuyambo obwe bwa ambulance hati obuhereza butushikire hihi.
And we assume and we hope even our health center 2 is going to be upgraded to health center 3.
The pious Catholics that lead the organization today have kept it close to their hearts that all comes from God.
We are Catholics by faith, and our family believes so much in Christianity. My mother used to be a staunch Catholic, and even when we were still young, he would encourage us to at least promote our religion.
It is for this that the foundation decided to give Caesar what belongs to Caesar and God what belongs to God by facilitating state-of-the-art machines to the church at this village for the dwellers to worship in comfort.
One way of helping our Christian community back home was to donate the musical instrument for the church.
Uniforms z'abeshongozi na n'ebindi bingi engoma mbwene kukwata habyo kweshongora byona engoma ezinungi munonga ezokutera nkeza bandi yatuletera microphones n'ebindi byasagara byabire nibizana wa enzu y'omusasado.
It is our utmost responsibility as the flock to look out for the laity. For this reason, the foundation took lead and constructed a house for the parish priest of this area.
It was a collective responsibility, so we teamed up with other members of the community. We made our own contribution, and it's not entirely on our foundation alone, but we did a contribution which managed to put up that structure of the parish priest.
And a vehicle to Choge Parish, all in Isinjiro.
We also bought and donated a car. It's a harrier to the priests, so that it can make their movement much easier and much faster to do the pastoral work.
Donating to us a car, a Harrier, new model, which has been very good, and it serves well the parish, and also to boost the parish in that now the parish can have more vehicles to run the services. I'm grateful to that family, and I think it was out of their good heart, and may God bless them.
Working for the church has not stopped at Kagarama village. The organization has also worked on a number of projects at St. Mary's Cathedral, Rubaga, Kampala, St. Padre Pio, Kabulamulido, among others. The scripture of love your neighbor as you love yourself is one that Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation carries close to their hearts. On Christmas days, 200 needy and vulnerable families that include the elderly, widows and the orphans feast in their homes courtesy of the foundation's aid.
This is a village, and as far as financial issues are, not every person is able to get something to eat on Christmas.
At least we gather 200 families that we fed during that time.
Not every person is fed, but for them, they just feed the unable people.
Ebintu nibakira kureeta ebintu bikubasa kuriisa abantu nka 200 buri muruka. Ati emiruka n'ebiri hariho omuruka ogwo gwitu gwa Kagarama yonyine, hariho omuruka gwa Kyabinunga. Nabwo ekyo nibatorana mwe namba nka 200 obundi 300 abantu abatakwebasa ebirema enshoberwa nubwo kubutari kirema hariho kubera enshoberwa etine rutoke etine itaka ryo kuhinga mu bintu nkebyo etine nangwa nanju yo kuraramu bari kuraramu mbuzu butyo nkebyo.
They provide meat, they provide rice, sugar, soap for bathing, to go to church, paraffin. So those the beneficiaries, really, they see it as a very great thing and they do appreciate.
Most of the residents in Kagarama are farmers. To help them improve their yield, they have been given improved seedlings.
We came in to support the community. Isinjiro has had a long spell of drought, and that has affected the livelihood of the community.
There was food scarcity. In fact, even the government at one time declared it a disaster area.
To help them even better, Smart Protus, the foundation chairman, together with engineer Manuel Rutahaire, have helped in providing improved seedlings and other farming materials to reduce hunger.
We came in and we donated foodstuffs. We also donated seedlings so that people can start planting. If there's an opportunity that rain has dropped in, they can start planting.
First, they donated 400 bags of posho to the affected families, because every family was affected. Then after, they said, now, this posho that we have donated, it is consumed and it is ending. What else can we do to the community so that it continues even now and then? So what they decided, they donated sweet potato vines, 8 lorries, 8 full trucks. So every village was able to get a lorry, and people planted. I can tell you now, when you visit the village, everywhere, in every family there are potatoes, sweet potatoes, every family. They are even saying that when these people come, the community is going to, they are going to contribute, they are going to gather the sweet potatoes so that they eat with them in order to show appreciation. So they have done a lot. And even my appeal is that even these people who benefited, they keep on planting the potato vines so that the hunger does not affect the area anytime. But we are appreciating because we are no longer seeing the hunger. Every person is now enjoying the fruits of that foundation.
We have provided tree seedlings to some members of the community to plant trees, because originally our area used to have a lot of trees. But most of these trees were cut. As the population increased, they were cut. And we have come in now to do at least maybe what you may term it as afforestation otherwise, but we want the community to plant trees.
At Arkwright, where Smart Protus, the chairman of the organization, resides, the crime rate used to be so high. The chairman of the organization worked with the police force and fellow residents to put a police post in the area. As we speak today, the story the police have to say is absolutely different.
Smart played a greater role, especially in the construction and the furniture inside, and we really want to appreciate him. And not only that, he has continuously helped us in other ways. We really want to appreciate him. He has helped us in construction and, you know, the sustaining of the security in this area. The security was not that bad, but we used to have pockets of insecurity. But following the establishment of the police station here now, the crime rate has tremendously gone down, because the security is near, the visibility of the police officers and the service to the community has greatly improved.
One question lingers on many people's minds. What does Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation have in store for the future?
What we have been able to do as a foundation, it's not entirely based on Isingiro or Kagalama in particular. We've gone outside Kagalama. We've actually even supported people in the north by giving them food. The future of that Kakyebonaho Kanyere Foundation is so broad. We want to look beyond our homestead in Isingiro and also support the government in so many areas around the country. And we've started with supporting Uganda Police, where we managed to support them in putting up a police structure. We've also, in our future plans, also to see how we can work hand in hand with the government to implement such kind of activity that we've done on the local setup, maybe to roll it all across the country if possible, because we believe we are living in an evolving community. So what we've done somewhere, it can be copied and be pasted in another community, and that's how we are looking at this foundation.